In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your embroidery hoop when you are using a stick and stitch or a water-soluble stabilizer to transfer your pattern. So first, you're going to put your fabric into your hoop. Loosen this so that it will fit over there, over that fabric, and give it a little tighten. You want this fabric to be tight as a drum in there. So once you have that tightened a little, go ahead and kind of pull all your edges tight. This will make the fabric in the center pull tight like a drum. And I like to make sure that like the weave of my fabric, I want to make sure that all my lines are straight. So we have a weave going this way and a weave going this way. And I want to make sure that they are not getting like warped, so I don't want to see any of my lines doing that. So just make sure that it is pulled evenly on all sides. And then you can give this another tighten. Don't be afraid to use a screwdriver. You really want this to be tight, tight, tight. I'm going to give it another round of pulling. That should sound like a drum. It should be tight. It shouldn't have a ton of give. It should be perfect. And with this tight, that fabric won't pull loose while you're stitching. So that is how to put the fabric in the hoop. Now, this is informally known as stick and stitch, but it's just a really easy way to transfer the pattern to your fabric without having to do any tracing. It's really good for like complicated patterns or things like this where I don't want to have to write that cursive myself. So what you're going to do is peel this like a sticker. It can be kind of difficult to grab. But you'll grab. There we go. And pull it like a sticker, and then discard the backing. And then you'll take this. You'll find the center and how you want it. And then you'll just stick it on like a sticker. So it'll look about like that, and then you can just go through and so once this is on and you like where it's at, you feel like it's centered and you like it, you can actually flip this over, and then, you know, here I'll show you with both hands. So like you can hold the hoop and then you can press and make sure that that is really gonna stay on there while you're stitching, like so. And you're ready to stitch just like that. It's super, super easy to apply. And next I'll show you how to rinse this away when you're all done stitching. We'll be washing it off. So I've got my kitchen sink here, and I'm just going to make sure that my water is lukewarm. I don't want it to be too cold or too hot. I just want a good, like, lukewarm middle ground. And I used to be worried about getting the hoop and the hardware wet, but I've done it before and it turns out just fine. So I'm gonna encourage you not to worry about that if that's something you were worried about. Okay, this feels good to me. So you're just gonna put it in the water and kind of let it soak it all up. And then you'll see it start to wash away. So it'll wash away really easily from all of like the open spaces, but kind of like where you've made stitches, You may notice that it like kind of is stuck, so you can kind of agitate and kind of like gently rub it away. It's looking pretty good, but I still feel like there's some like stuck in like with the leaves and everything, so I'm actually gonna turn my sprayer on and spray. Give it a little shake. And I feel like that washed out pretty good. I mean, you can't really tell because it's like wet. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to set it on a towel to dry. Just like so, so that the water can kind of soak into the towel, but also to give this like a safe place to dry, and let it sit for, I don't know, 8 or so hours or until it's dry. And because we left it in the hoop, the fabric is going to dry flat. It's not going to be like wrinkled or anything, and you won't have to fight getting it back into the hoop. So yeah, I think that worked pretty good. So I'll show you what it looks like when it is dry. All right, so now the hoop is dry. And if yours is like mine, maybe the fabric is kind of now a little loose in the hoop. You can see it, what is the word I'm looking for? Like stretching. Anyway, so you can just go through and pull that fabric, the excess fabric, tight again on all sides. Until it is as tight as you want it to be. Since you're not stitching on it, it really doesn't need to be like as tight as a drum. I just do that for personal preference. And then you may even want to tighten this again, just to make sure that your just to make sure that it doesn't come loose. And maybe I tightened it too much because I can't stretch where I want this. But basically everything can be fixed. You could always loosen it and move it to where you want it. Like, nothing is permanent, really. Embroidery is actually very forgiving. So anyway, now you'll finish this however you want. I'm gonna do just a running stitch around the back, which I have another video for. But yeah, that is how you use water-soluble stabilizer. And you can see that the water didn't affect the hoop at all. And it dried really well, and it all looks really good. So that's a great way to transfer your patterns.